When it comes to your boss, do you think they're different than you? Do you think somehow, some way they're better? Do you think they were let better off than you? They hold more authority than you? Because obviously they're your boss, right? So they have to, right? That's what we've been told. We've been told to look up to our higher ups, respect them, all this stuff, man. I'm not saying not to respect people. So don't take it out of context and say, oh, he's saying not to respect people. No. I'm simply saying, man, this hierarchy thing that we put in our head, that we get like trapped in our head, we start thinking this person's better than us, and well, this is why, because look, they get paid more than me, or they have more responsibilities than me, or they do certain things, or they get paid higher, they're seen better by other people than you. Like, there's so many things that we put in our heads to make us like justify why somebody's better than us and why we should listen to them rather than them even considering the idea of listening to us, right? Especially if I make it plain and simple, man, when y'all talk about celebrities. Y'all talk about them like they're higher than you and higher than even God sometimes, man. And obviously that's not true, right? But yet y'all still talk about them that way. Y'all will be like, man, if I can just get one word with them. And I get it, man, because they have this presence, right? And they probably got you out of a tough situation as they have with everybody else, especially if they make music and you agree with their music and all this stuff. So I get that. But for you to completely like disregard how you feel and how things like go on in your life and how you see yourself, and you see it as like, well, that's not me, that's them. There's something special, there's something above me. That's where I'd say you're completely wrong. Because everybody's a human, man. Especially in your line of work. If you have the CEO of a company, you have the person that's a vice president, you have the person that's under that, that's like the store directors or general manager or regional managers and general manager, all this stuff. There's so many different terms. But at the end of the day, what is all true of all of them? They're all people like you and me. Simply put, man, they're all exactly us. They're humans. They all are the same. And yet we still get in our heads, we still think like, no, these people are like higher than me. These people are worthy more than me. These people are dedicated. They're doing what they need to do and all this stuff. Yet you don't realize that's not even them. Yes, they worked, man. Yes, there's people that went to school for 10 plus years, 20 plus years, whatever. They went to school for all these years and they're like, now I'm something. But realize you were never less when you weren't this something. You don't all of a sudden become a doctor and think like, okay, now I'm doing good. And I find myself doing it to myself too, man, where I have my certain goals and everything, and it's like until I get there, now I'm something. And it's like, no, man, you don't realize you are always worth something. You're always valuable. Now, in this world aspect, will people look at you different when you have these things under your belt? Yes, of course. They're going to see you and they're going to be like, well, he did this, he did that. Like when I tell people what I did for work back in the day, they're like, damn, bro, you did a lot of different jobs. And they see it almost as like, man, you have more value. You did a lot more. But it's like, not really. I did the same thing, bro. I used my time just a little bit differently. But even then, I'm nobody to be like, yeah, I'm better than you. There's no point for me, man. Like, the only thing that I've ever tried to show, especially when it comes to like now, even with the bulking, it's kind of easy for me to show and prove a point with that rather than some other things. But I try and show y'all that anything's possible, man. And with the bulking, the reason why I say it's so easy is because it's so quick. It's something that you can see day after day. Like for me, I'm already getting up into the 178s, right? So when I see myself getting to that point, it's easy. People look at me and are like, damn, bro, like, you look like you're getting filled out, all this stuff, and they give me compliments, whatever. It's like, okay, that's cool. But The only reason why I say it's easier for me to show you on that, because it's quick as hell. The thing that isn't quick as hell is show you my character. The thing that isn't quick for you to see right off the bat is what type of person is this guy? Like, because you can't see it unless you talk to me. And even then, you might get the left side of me that I never really bring out, or you might get the right side of me that I never really bring out. So when you have that, you still can't judge perfectly on where I'm at. And that's another thing that I want to talk about, man. People are so quick to judge. Especially when it comes to talking about people that have passed in my life, man. A lot of people have been quick to judge. And I just find it kind of crazy because especially these people will tell me that they're like, they love God, they're all this, man. Like, they see themselves on this different echelon where they're like, no, man, like, you don't get it. Like, I love God so much, man. I'm devoted and devout, and that's all good, man. But I truly don't believe they have any right, just like I don't have any right, to judge and tell me where do you think your friend went between heaven and hell. Where do you think he went? Well, it's obvious where he went, right? And they say that, man. They say it in a way that pisses me off, because you have no right to judge. And I can find a scripture on this, man, where God gives us the last judgment. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows judgment day comes and all this stuff, man. But who's to say, even, because I know this guy, but let's say he didn't accept God in his life. Let's say he didn't accept God in his life. And at the very end, when he got to this point, when he was about to be leaving us from this world, what if he accepted God? But no, people are quick to say, no, you already know where he went. Who are you to say that? And then for you to claim that, oh, you're God loving, you're this and that, man, and yet you're still saying stuff like that. Like, that's where people will say, like, false prophets and all that, man, and I don't want to get too deep into that. But that's one thing that really kind of irks me in a way, just because I'm like, dude, you have no say in this. And again, we are all people. We're all living a human experience, man. We're all living this. So when it comes to things like that, man, I don't have any more of a say on certain things. I can give you kind of like advice on what I think you should do or what you shouldn't do, and what I think is good and what I don't think is good. But I am going to be the last person to tell you, no, this is wrong, and yeah, this person's going to be going here. No. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but that's another thing that I'm like, just see it as we are the same. Because we are, man. Whether you believe putting on your scrubs that are a darker blue versus that green color, and it makes you feel like, oh, I'm a better person. You're not. Like, truthfully, man, you are not. If I own 20 businesses versus where I am right now, does it make me a better person? No, it doesn't. Because what do we see, man? We see my character. If my character switches up and becomes worse because of it, or becomes better because of it, that's not a determining factor to be like, okay, Brandon's a good person or Brandon's a bad person. With him having these businesses, even though he treats me like crap, he's a better person now because he has these businesses. That doesn't make any sense. Yet people will claim that. People will talk that way and they'll say, nah, man, like, you're a better person if you have this. And I get it, man. It's cool to have different things. It's cool. I want things, you want things. But when it comes down to certain things that just don't add up, bro. And what I mean by that is when people talk about saying, like, this creates your character and you having all these achievements and stats, and yes, it will help and aid in talking to these people. Of course, if I compete in more competitions of barbering and I start winning more, then of course, am I going to get more sponsorships? Am I going to get more things for the business? Yes. I'm not saying that that's completely impossible. I'm just like throwing it out the window. No. But I'm saying, does that determine your overall character? Does that make you who you are? Does it mean I need to treat you like crap when I'm at the bottom because I'm not doing good? No. And most people will claim that, man. So I'm just simply saying, see yourself as the same, because you are the same as other people. You're exactly the same as a homeless person on the street. You're exactly the same as the billionaire. You're exactly the same. The only thing that changed, man, is just people were willing to go after things or they weren't. That's the only thing. But I don't think you should shoot yourself in the foot and be like, no, I'm just this terrible person because I can't do anything right. And these people, obviously, they're doing better than me. And you only see them for a glimpse. You see yourself 24/7, 365. You don't see these people for their whole lives. So when you don't take that into account, man, of course, things are going to look better on the other side. Of course, you're going to see certain things and you're going to be like, yeah, they're obviously doing better and I'm not. Just like when we see on Instagram, man, what do we see? We see kids literally posting how they're making millions and millions of dollars, and instantly we think somehow, some way that we are messing up. And we're not. We're not. We're seriously not messing up. But yet we think of ourselves as, no, we're screwed up. We are messing up consistently, and that's just what it is. And it's not that, man. Yet we put that under us to make us be like, yeah, this person's obviously better than us because look what they're doing and look what I'm not doing. And I'm here simply saying that doesn't determine your character. You may believe it does. You may go home and run with it and be like, yes, this exactly determines my character. I'm telling you right now, bro, it doesn't. Me having this Jeep doesn't. Me having nice clothes doesn't. Me having this little tiny little microphone doesn't make me better than somebody that doesn't, bro. And I think y'all need to realize that more, is that none of this material stuff, and material stuff even is under the same category when it comes to what you think, what you wear, what job you work, what type of car you drive, what type of house you live in. All this stuff, man, those are all things that don't matter when it comes to your character. You can choose to either be a great person or not. So when you decide on what you want to do, then choose it. But don't take the idea that people are better than you and that's why now you can't do certain things. Because that's not the truth. Everybody is like you. You are like everybody. And the only difference is your thoughts. And of course, when you see yourself in certain ways, you may see it like, oh, I don't know. But here's the thing. You go into the store. You think somebody's going to see you in Walmart and they're going to be like, oh, you're a doctor. Yeah, I know you. No. At most, people are going to look at you. They're not even going to talk to you, bro. They're not even going to think to talk to you. They're not even going to be like, oh, yeah, I need to talk to this person because, oh, this is a doctor. Even if I was an astronaut, bro. If I go to a store and only like 2 people know and nobody else knows, who cares? So that doesn't determine you. When I'm walking through a store, I don't see somebody and think, oh, that person owns like 300 properties. Because I don't know. So what do we see them for? We see them for their character, and that's the point I'm trying to get across, man. We see people for their character. So if you want to be seen as higher value or not, work on your character. That's something that people can say, man, anytime I just talk to that person, dude, they're always good to me. They always treat me well. They always treat me with kindness. They always treat me respectfully. That's the type of people you want to talk to. But other than that, man, you can't determine somebody's character off of little things. You really can't. You can't determine it off of things like, oh, well, they have this nice car. And, oh, they own all these companies. Like, who cares? In the end of the day, work on your character. And that's the thing that matters to you, bro. Like, that's literally the thing that matters. All that matters is your character. Nothing else matters, bro. So when it comes to being good to people, it doesn't matter if you're not getting the most money in the world. It doesn't matter any of that. The only thing that matters is if you decide to be good to people. That's the only thing that matters. That's what people are going to remember about you. People aren't going to remember, oh, Brandon has a $14 million company or whatever. They're not going to remember that. Now, if I become very big in that aspect, maybe it might be in history, hopefully, right? That'd be pretty cool. But even then, the people that are around me, are they going to care? Are they going to be like, oh, now Brandon's a great person? No. If anything, they might say I'm a worse person because I'll probably be very strict on who I hire or not. And they'll be like, man, Brandon's just mean. So take it for what you will. I'm gonna end this video here. I didn't mean to go on a crazy rant, but I kind of did. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next video. I need to edit this one. This one's gonna take a while to edit. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, see y'all on the next one. Toodles.